up, you guys? I'm Caitlin. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Happy New Year, everybody. As you guys can see by the title, today we are doing a 2023 vision board. I know many of us don't like the idea of New Year, New Me, but I always do New Year continuous goals. So this year I have some goals that I have set for myself. I'm gonna show you guys how I do my vision boards. I'm usually on the go, so I do it in a form where it is on my laptop. I make it as my desktop background as well as my iPad background. But vision boards are a really great idea, especially if you're someone that has really high goals set for yourself. Like for me, once you see some of my goals, you're gonna be like, wow, like that might be a lot. When you're constantly looking at your goals right in front of you, you're like, they're actually like, they can't be that hard to achieve. Like I see them set for myself, and I just have to work to get there. Before we get into the video, if you have not done so yet, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below so you can go ahead and join the fam. Without making this intro too long, let's get into it. Before I start with the actual digital part of my vision board, I like to go in and write everything down on a notebook. My main categories for this is going to be career, personal finance, health, fun, relationships, and spirituality. So let's get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with career. For my career, I really wanted to lean into my social media that I've been gaining and growing. So for my career, I wanted to, for this year, attend at least 3 influencer events. I attended a few in 2020. I loved going to them. They were great for networking, learning new things, and I definitely want to continue to do those as much as I can. My next goal, if you guys don't know, obviously I love photography and videography, and I would love to be able to intern for a major league team. Caitlin, what the heck are you talking about? My dream goal used to be for a very long time to be a photographer or a videographer for a major league team, preferably a football or baseball team. But if I could get just an internship like that, that would literally be so insane. I would be overjoyed. I would be so happy. So that's gonna be one of my goals for this year. I'm gonna try really freaking hard. We'll see how it goes. Up next for my career, I want to be more intentional with my brand deals. I did a lot of brand deals in the past that I kind of felt like that I did more for the money instead of like things that I just really loved. Most of these were not for ones that I posted on my accounts, thankfully. A lot of them were for UGC or user generated content, but I want to just be more intentional about the products that I let people send to me and that I talk about. Like I want to really truly love a product before I show it out to people. That's something that I'm going to work on this year. I want to take less brand deals but higher paying brand deals, if that makes sense. So then my pages don't always look clustered and cluttered with a bunch of different brand deals. I don't want to be regular post brand deal, regular post brand deal, brand deal. I'd rather have way more. I'd rather have 90% regular posts and like 10, maybe 5% of brand deals. So moving on to personal finance, I just have 2 major goals that I want this year. I want to first save $10,000 on top of what I already have for my savings. I think it can be doable. I do work a lot, so I do think that this can be doable. It's gonna take a lot of hard work because if you know me, girl, I like to shop. I like to shop until I can't anymore, okay? So that's definitely something that I'm gonna be working on. Spending less where I don't need it so I can save more. And then next up is gonna be doubling my income that I made in 2022 from social media for 2023. So let's say I made, this isn't true, let's say I made $5,000 from social media. This year I want to be able to make $10,000. My next category is going to be health. Specifically, I want to be working out a minimum of 3 times a week. Caitlin, you say this every year. How are you gonna actually do this? I know, I get it, girl. Believe me, I get it. But I decided that this year, I've already started a little bit ago, like a week or 2 ago. So far, not too bad. But I'm gonna be more intentional of how I incentivize myself. Like it used to just be, oh, like it'll be great in summer. No, that's too long. Like that takes months and months, and I don't have the patience. I don't have the patience. So my incentive for this year for working out 3 times a week is if I am consistently able to do it 3 times a week for all 4 weeks of the month, I will buy myself a new workout set at the end of the month from Amazon or wherever that I find really cute, that I've had on my shopping cart, that I've been wanting, which I have a few on my list, let me tell you. Next up is gonna be meal prepping. I did meal prepping a little bit in 2022 since moving to this apartment, and I really enjoyed it. I just didn't stay as consistent as I want to be, and I just feel like I haven't been eating as healthy since I haven't been doing that. So I'm going to be meal prepping at least twice a month, and then obviously, you know, that leaves space for if I go out with friends or if I don't know, just like other things, so then I can mix and match that. Just for my lifestyle, for 4 weeks out of the month, like every single week, isn't really doable for me. So I'm just gonna be realistic with that one. Twice a month is great for me. And the last one, I don't have like an incentive for this one, just less snacking. I feel like I do a lot of snacking instead of like good full meals, which is probably what I should be doing. So that's something that I definitely want to better this year. On to the fun category. This one is short and sweet. I want to go on 3 vacations. I already have 2 planned. I just have 1 more that I have to plan. Those will be coming up and vlogs will be coming with them, of course. The next one for this category is I want to be able to take myself on dates at least once a month. I don't need a man to take me on a date. It's just not the same. Like, yes, a man or one of my friends can take me out on a date, whatever, friend date, relationship date, whatever. But sometimes it just feels like it's kind of like a confidence booster. And like it gets you really good with the uncomfortable. Once you like take yourself out to dates, you're going to restaurants by yourself, stuff like that. It gets you really out of your comfort zone, especially for me. So I'm gonna be trying to do that at least once a month, see how that goes, and we'll see what my confidence, hoping it's like up here by the end of 2023 by doing this. My next category is gonna be relationships. Yeah. For the majority of 2022, I was in a pretty long-term committed relationship. However, after that relationship ended, I kind of was just dating around to date around, and I wasn't dating as much with intention. That is something that I really want to work on. So I even created rules. Yes, I created rules for my next relationship. I'm not gonna give away all of them, but like first date mandatory. No ifs, ands, or buts. I'm not coming at your house. That's not what this is. You want that? There's other people for that, just not me. Just not me. No offense to anybody that does that, just not me. Over it, had enough. They're not coming to my apartment. It's the same thing, especially if you haven't been consistent for at least 3 months. Why would I invite you in my home? You coming over just come over my apartment? Those are just a few. We're not gonna go into the whole thing, but yes, I have rules this year for my dating. And our last category is going to be spirituality. I have 2 main goals in this category. The first one is to be journaling at least 3 times a week. I did start journaling a little bit at the end of 2022, and I've honestly started to fall in love with it. Like, I love how much I'm learning about myself, how much I'm able to like get out, how many things that I've like kind of like bottled up that like I kind of need to get out. Like after I like write it all down, like I feel so refreshed. I feel like a weight is lifted off my shoulders. It's just so good to get it out. So it could literally be about whatever, just kind of something that's like on my mind. I'm getting into it this year. And lastly, I want to get more into my devotionals. I have a book of devotionals that I was kind of into in 2022. I liked it, I just didn't stay consistent with it. I don't know, like it was just very specific things that I felt like it was kind of as needed instead of like a daily devotional. So I'm going to be on the lookout for a daily devotional so I can be doing that instead. Now that we all have written out exactly what I'm going to be looking for, we are gonna go into Pinterest. If you know me, I am a Pinterest girly through and through, okay? Now to get into the best part, we actually doing it. I love this part. I think it brings out my creative side, and even if you're not so creative, even if you're like, Caitlin, I'm not really creative, so there's no point. Girl, on Canva, they literally have templates for vision boards. Literally, just go ahead and go on Canva and look up vision boards. You will find a whole bunch of different types of templates, and you don't even have to pay for them. It's amazing. This year, I just wanted to be way more intentional with my goals and things that I want to achieve over this year. I feel like when you see it, you believe it, and you can do it. So I really want to stress that enough. If you never tried a vision board, I highly, 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 highly recommend. I think it is such a great tool for everybody. So with that being said, guys, that's about all that I have for this video. I went ahead and put my vision board on both my laptop, desktop, as well as my iPad. I'm super excited for this year, super excited to see everything that it has in store. And I would also love to see if you guys make any vision boards. Comment down below. I would love to see them. And I would love to hear some of the goals that you guys have for this year. I'm more of a new year, new vision board kind of person. But with that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.